Hello, Holistic Chamber of Commerce family. Welcome to today's Member Spotlight, where I have Pat Chin with us. And she's going to be talking to us and asking the question, is home making you sick? So, just a little bit about Pat before she begins. She's a home health and wellness consultant who is passionate about showing others how to clean up their homes and their bodies, which leads to cleaning up the earth. She uses her technical and operational management skills to research and analyze products and shares with people how to find the best products for their home so they can drink healthier water, get better sleep, and feel more energized every day. Welcome, Pat.
Hi, Laura. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So let's let's start with this. Most people don't realize how harmful the products that we use in our homes really are. I mean, the statistics are alarming. So why don't we start the conversation there? Give us some information about that so that we can really tune in and start making a more educated decision.
Definitely. So many of the ailments of our ailments are due to stress in our body, mind, and environment, and they're caused by the pollution that's seeping into our bodies. And it all happening at our health and well-being comes from everything that's outside contaminants, right? So, for example, the Environmental Protection Agency in America says that chemical levels are up to 70% higher inside than outside, which is surprising. You would think that with all the smog, everything going on outside, that would be much worse. But much of this exposure comes from everything that we use in home, indoors, every day of our life. And what is easier to control? It's what we bring into our house and what we use in them, right? So another alarming statistic is, at least 54% of women who work from home or in the home have a higher risk of developing cancer because they're
Wow.
in it all the time, right? A cleaning lady is, much more likely to develop cancer with all of the chemical cleaners that they're using to clean with. So it's these contaminants or poisons that are in our air, in our water, in our food sometimes that help to, contribute to all of that toxicity in our bodies, in our homes.
Yeah. I think people generally when they hear a topic like this, they generally assume or they'll say like, yeah, I know my cleaning products probably are not that great. But I bet there's other things in the home that people don't even consider as being toxic. What are some of those like more like hidden or not so obvious things?
Some of those things could be the water we drink, right? Tap water is not good. The air we breathe, the air conditioned units, they need cleaning, make sure that those maintained properly and everything is working good. Also the indoor air that we have, sometimes with the fragrances, with the dust, the mold, all of those viruses and things that you open the doors, open the windows, they all come in. So you want to make sure that you're cleaning your air as well. So a good water system, a good air purifier, those are things that can all help you within the homes too. So it's not just stop using chemical cleaners. It's all, it's everything encompassing. Sometimes even the furniture we get, also has those chemicals in them that you can't really get rid of.
Yeah, new furniture, new mattresses,
Yes.
like blankets, and a lot of polyester products. I always get like, to me, those little Glade scented plug-in things.
Oh
Like, I feel like those are the worst, and sometimes you'll go into offices and public buildings and you're just like, oh my gosh, the smell.
yes. Yes. And it's amazing, right? So before I started on this journey, I mean, yeah, I had all those things, right? Until you start to learn more and more about them. And after a while of not using those things, it's taking them out, using, the a cleaner detergent, like not using dryer sheets either, because those are like the worst things you could use. I found that, my son would come and visit and he's like, I don't want to use your stuff. Oh, it doesn't, it's not clean. I'm like, how do you know it's not clean? Because it doesn't smell clean? It doesn't necessarily have to smell clean. There's not a smell to clean. So he started using the typical laundry detergent. And oh my God, it was like I couldn't breathe. So it's like after a while of detoxing out of those things, out of the home, you walk into somewhere and you immediately get that whiff of whatever it is, and your nose starts going and your eyes start running. It's amazing what happens when you start doing those sorts of things.
You know what gets me are those scented trash bags. I'm like, really, that kills me. And I'm just like, I'm sure whatever scent this is giving is probably toxic.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's all those little things you don't even consider. But they're there. I even have gotten books, like brand new books, that have like a chemically smell to them.
The new book smell.
Yeah, the
Like
new
the new
book
car
smell.
smell.
The new car smell, which is probably also toxic, I'm sure. Or those little like smelly trees that they try to give you at the car wash. It's like, yeah, no, I
Yes.
don't need one of those
Yes.
things. Yeah. All right. Well, we could laugh all day at all these little products, but you have like 3 things that you want to share with us today. So why don't you go ahead and start with the first?
Yes. Okay. So I want to just preface that by saying, 3 ways that we can get toxic chemicals into our body by swallowing it, right? Ingesting, by breathing or inhaling it, or just contact absorption, right? So you want to make sure that whatever you're doing, you kind of like keep that in your mind. Um, breathing in is probably the easiest one to like, the hardest one to like stop, because you have all these scents like we're just talking about that are coming at you. But to the best that you can, what you want to do is take care of what you bring into your home, so you're not bringing in those fragrance type things. So one of the items, there are 3 of the most toxic cleaning products in our homes: the window cleaners, the bathroom cleaners, and dryer sheets, right? So they're all got those chemicals. So 3 things you can do, right? Replace your dryer sheets. Don't use them at all. Use dryer balls, wool dryer balls, which are actually more effective with drying, and it actually reduces drying time. So you save on electricity too.
What are those? Just real quick, in case someone has never heard of those.
Dryer balls, they're wool dryer balls. I use the ones from Norwex. But they are 3 balls. They just sit in the dryer and they actually lift the clothes so the air passes through. And that's how you get the lower drying time, because it doesn't take as long to dry. But it has no fragrance. I mean, you can use essential oils on them if you want a little bit of fragrance, because that's much better than the dryer sheets, because the dryer sheets has the coating on it that is going onto your clothes. It's coating the inside of the drum. And guess who wears the clothes? Then you're getting it into your skin, right? If you're going to use cleaning products, try to use enzyme-based cleaning products. Right? Enzymes are much more effective at cleaning. They're proteins that act as natural catalysts. So they break down dirt and stains, and they wash away more easily. And this is good too, because when you use these types of things, they're going into our water system, right? Our drains. So this way you're not proliferating the use of the toxins and the chemicals going down the drains. You're actually helping the environment as well. So if the brand is not an enzyme-based brand, it's a chemical cleaner. And you'll find that the companies that use these enzymes for instead of chemicals, they're actually also helping the environment as well, because they are cutting off all of that, all of those chemicals that you have to use, because you actually have to use a lot more chemicals to clean than what an enzyme would do.
Yeah. Anya brought up a really good point. She's like, it's all of these little things that are designed to make our lives better and like easier and more convenient, but that has a cost to it.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. So in terms of like products, you talked about Norwix. Is that like a company that you represent, or is it just say a little, because people are like, well, okay, well, where do I get then these items and these?
So Norwex is one of the companies I represent, right? So that they have it's a Norwegian company, and they have non-chemical, chemical-free cleaning products, personal care products. So it's all about cleaning with microfiber and water. So you really don't need those sprays and cleaners. The detergents, the other cleaners are all enzyme-based as well. So they're much more effective at cleaning, and a little goes a long way. So, you might think, oh, the price is so expensive. But if you actually work out the per wash cost, it works out really more economical, and it saves you in the long run. It also saves you time, and it saves you health, which is really what's the most important part of all of this.
Mm-hmm.
right? So I represent those products, and then I also represent another company called Niken, which is the other types of things from a water and an air perspective that we
Okay.
can help with.
So that's your number two. So we got like getting the cleaners and chemicals out of your house. Now we're going to the water part, right?
Right,
Okay.
correct. So from a water perspective, you want to make sure that you are getting the healthiest water, right? The right water that's being absorbed into your system and at the highest capacity. Because there's so many things out there. There's tap water, there's filtered water, you have, the charcoal, the reverse osmosis, and then you have bottled water, right? So which one is the best? Not neither, none of them are actually the best, but they are good. Like, stay away from tap water as much as you can. That is filled with whole sorts of contaminants and chlorine and everything. Filtered water is also good. If you can't afford anything else, at least get filtered water, right? Bottled water, not good. There's really no benefit, like health benefit from bottled water. And most of the times you'll drink the water and you still feel thirsty, right? You ever had that happen to you? You drink and yet you're still feeling that thirst sensation. That's because the water, you're not absorbing the water. So one of the products that I use and I love is my PyMag Waterfall, which is a Niken product. And that it takes out the chemicals, it puts back the minerals because your body does need minerals. And it also makes the water alkaline. And there's a technology that Niken uses with the magnets to break the water clusters into microclusters, smaller clusters, so that as soon as you drink the water, you feel the absorption in your body.
Is that what makes it different than, say, like a Brita water filter? Because most people are very familiar with like Brita,
Right.
products. But you talked about like magnets.
Yes, so the Brita water is filtered water, which is good, right? The PyMag actually will filter it and create alkaline water. And then the magnets is what breaks the clusters out. So you don't see the magnets at all. It's in the front of the system. And just when you take it out with the spigot is where it activates that magnet to break it in the water clusters down.
And the leaf blowers are really excited outside your house about this topic because they are right there tuning
They
in.
came closer, yes.
It's all good. It's all good. It always happens. All right. So water is number two. Did you have a number three for us?
So one more thing on water, so it's not just drinking water. When you take a shower, you are also using water, right? So from that perspective, you have the chlorine that you're bathing in, and then you are intaking through either absorption through your skin or inhaling the fumes, right? The vapors from that chlorine. So it would surprise you to know that a 5-minute shower with the amount of chlorine that you absorb through your skin and lungs is equal to 30 days of drinking tap water.
Wow.
Did you realize that? And then the 20% of two-thirds of the exposure to chlorine is due to the inhalation of the steam. And
Yeah, you don't even think about like filtering like shower water.
Right.
It's like drinking water. Most people are like, oh yeah, that's what you do, but like don't consider
Everybody
that
forgets
water.
that you are showering and bathing in that water. Yes.
And it's in your hair too. And our hair absorbs chemicals.
Exactly. Your skin is your largest organ, and there you're taking it all in while you're in a 5-minute shower.
So I guess there are filters that you like put like for your whole house.
Yeah. So in addition to the water system, Niken also has the shower heads, either a handheld or mounted. So that's what I use in my bathrooms.
Okay. Well, that's a lot easier than like, I know that there's like big water filtration systems that you can invest in and it somehow goes like where the water comes into your house, but that's a big investment for some. And I like that you just said, no, it's just like a shower. I mean, to me, I was like, oh, I could do that. That's super easy.
It is. That's what I love about the Niken products, right? It is. You can get a whole house system that will cost you thousands of dollars if you want that, but with the Niken alternatives, it's more cost effective, and you don't need, the water going into your toilet, the filter water going into your toilet. You really need it when you're drinking and when you're showering. Because even the Mag, the water from that system, it's in the kitchen. I have it in the kitchen. So if I need to cook with a cup of water, I use that. I don't use the tap water.
And that makes so much sense to put products out there that are really easy and simple for people to use, because there are those people that are going to go gung ho, but then like 80% of the population is not. They want something simple, easy, something that's effective, and that gives them the peace of mind of not having all of these chemicals, especially if they have chronic health conditions already, or their kids have asthma and allergies and things like that. They're just super conscious about what they're bringing into their home.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's fantastic. It sounds like you like, how did you become the expert on this? I mean, you have like almost like a corporate-y background sounding type of work experience. Did you just start like pulling up products and researching, or like researching like the best products out there?
No, it's funny. I mean, I do have the corporate background. A lot of my background is researching, making sure that I have the right answers for people. So I just kind of fell into it. Like, I met these people at a network meeting. I got a sample of the Norwex cloths. I came home, I used it with a little square about that big, and I was like, man, if this little square is that good, what the natural cloth is going to be even better. So I got into that, using them, and I loved the product. So I just started using more and more, and I thought this was great. So I started working with that company, and I got Nikan through my friend Anya. My husband wanted alkaline water. I'm like, I'm not going to go buy bottles of alkaline water. They're expensive. They're too expensive. Plus they're plastic. So I went to Barry's clinic, chiropractic practice, and that's where I saw it. And I went home and I was like, I found the perfect solution. So I started using that. And after a year of being a customer, I said, well, I want to try all these other wonderful products that I keep seeing popping up in my emails and stuff like that. And I said, this is something that I really love, and I am behind, because that's what we use in our homes all the time.
Well, I love that you have done a lot of the research for people, because again, it's all about ease. People are going to do what's easy. And if you have become an expert, it saves people the overwhelm of even just searching through green products. I mean, you have Ms. Meyer's products, you have, seventh generation that seem healthier. But who knows if they really are. So I like that you've done the research. All right, so before you head off though, if there are people that are like, tell me more about your products, I have XYZ issue, what do you recommend for that? Where can they connect with you?
So you can get 7 simple steps your body, your all the full time at my website, and also schedule time to chat with me. I would be more than happy to work with you, and I look forward to working with you to find out what you need, because the way I work is to tailor the solutions to what you need. Everybody's in a different state of their life and stage of their life. So whatever makes more sense for you and your journey is where we start, and then we set a plan in place.
Okay, so people can get like a free download, like a little ebook or pamphlet type of thing, but then they can also schedule a consultation call with you for more information.
Correct. Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
fantastic. Well, thank you so much for being here today. Is there any last kind of comment or anything that you want to leave your viewers with before we sign out?
Just take a step forward. Start your journey, because once you start, you will keep going.
Momentum, for sure.
That's
for
right.
sure. All right, thanks, Pat, for sharing some tips with us on how we can have less toxic homes. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, everybody, thank you for tuning in. We will see you next time.